And we are live for Wednesday's Marketing Masterclass. My name is Chris. I am here as part of the Freedom Club to help our students scale and grow. And by doing that, we're going to be looking at Facebook ads. We're going to be looking at live accounts. We're going to be looking at landing pages, emails, all of the things that make you more money. For those of you joining the call now, I am terribly sorry that I missed Monday. My kid was in hospital and he's all better now, resting at home and recovering, but it was quite an ordeal. So for those of you, if you had a call booked with me and I wasn't able to attend, please go back ahead with that link and book that call if you did have a call booked. For those of you who are wondering how you can book a call with me, two things, two ways you could book a call with me. So I am now offering one-on-ones with students through the Freedom Club. Now, this is a service where you can work with me for a month or longer if you want, but 1 month minimum. It's $2,000 for the month, and that gets you 4 1-hour calls with me, one each week, plus my personal phone number, where you can message me at any time of the day with any quick questions, and I'll answer them and get you going. Now I've had I take no more than 4 students. 3 of my slots are taken. There is 1 slot left, and it's yours if you want it. I have had very good results with the students who've been working with me directly. So that's an option there. The other reason you might want to book a time with me is if you want to actually talk about a done-for-you store where we build a profitable store for you. We do all the things. We do the Facebook ads. We do the videos for you. We let you choose from one of 3 different products that we do the research for that we know works for you. And at the end of the day, after 60 days, we hand you a profitable store. And when it's profitable, you jump into our scaling call and we teach you how to scale it. If you want to learn more about that and if that will work for you, drop in and have a chat with me. Now, I'm going to drop 2 links in the chat here. Just give me a sec, guys, actually, while I get my screens all in order. Oops, that's not the right one. Okay. All right. First link that I'm going to drop is the link that you want to use if you want to have a chat with me about one-on-one coaching. All right, so that is my WhatsApp link. Now, not just coaching, but if you're interested at all in actually getting Chinese fulfillment for your product, you can jump on that WhatsApp link and you can have a chat with me in WhatsApp. Okay. If you want to have a chat about a brand build, if you're interested to know how that works, if that'll be something that you can do, and you want to get instant profitability without all of the guesswork and the risks of not being profitable, here's a link to my Calendly. Book in a call with me. Please note, guys, the second link is only if you want a brand built. I won't be doing any ad reviews or looking at any problems that you may have in your stores in that call. We're just there to talk about whether or not a brand build is something that you want to look into. Okay, if you do want to talk about the coaching, hit that first link. Let me know on WhatsApp. Are you interested in coaching or you're interested in getting Chinese fulfillment? Those are the things. All right, guys, I know you're all here waiting to talk about your problems. Let's take a look at your problems. Okay, that came out wrong. Let's take a look at your questions about e-commerce. Let's see if I can help you make more money. Okay, where are we? We are events. Is that the one? Marketing reviews, I think that is. Yes, okay. Before we do that, hello to everybody. Hello to Rhonda, Max, Jashil, Logan, Renee, Andy, Hennes. Is that how I say it? Your first time visit, welcome, Hennes. You are more than welcome in this circle of friends. Kelly, Linda, and anyone else who hasn't said hello. It's customary, guys. It's compulsory. You must say hello. You have to. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm sitting here talking to myself. All right, marketing reviews. Let's jump in and take a look at your questions. Max, can I please review Pure Nest? You've been running new structure since last 18th of June. Results aren't good. You've got a bunch of new ads that you're going to test. Thinking it's time to move on from these current ones. They seem to be fatiguing. All right, look, I can almost guarantee none of your ads are fatiguing. Fatigue takes a while. Look, I'm running on my home craftology store. Yeah, hey Yomo over on YouTube. on my home craftology store, you can go into the Facebook ad library and you can look me up. I've got ads that have been running there for, what year is it? 2026, 4 years. Some of my ads have been running. And they're not really hitting fatigue. I don't think that you are hitting fatigue after a couple of months worth of running your ads. You're experiencing something else. And it's worse. It's worse than fatigue. So this is going to be happening to a lot of you. And if it hasn't happened to you yet, it will happen to you. We all experience this. Well, the way that Facebook works is it's a very, very, very clever AI system. And it's been an AI system now for the last 6 years. Even before AI was an actual thing, they were using it to do data matching to find potential clients and potential customers for your ads. So when you launch whatever product that you're launching, Facebook reads the page that you're launching. It's like, okay, you're selling, what are you selling for Pure next? Let's go have a quick reminder. All right, yeah, you're selling the eco-friendly tools, right? I know these products work. We've had other students who've done very well with these products. You yourself have managed to get sales with these products, but you're finding that it's getting harder to sell them. So Facebook looks at your page and goes, oh, you know what? I know exactly who to sell these to. And it sells to those people first. So you launch your ads. Facebook finds in its huge database of people the most likely people to buy your products. And that's why you'll have pretty good success up front. Upfront success is not hard. Upfront success is fairly easy. I sold many mouth guards in my first couple of weeks, and then it got harder. And the reason why it gets harder is because as Facebook shows your ads to all the warm people who are in the system, you can't keep re-showing your ads. Those people will buy from you. They'll buy from somebody else. And all of a sudden, Facebook is like, hey, you know, if you want to expand your budget, you want to make more money, you want to spend more money, you want to get more customers, I'm going to go and have to show your ad to cold audiences. And as the number of available hot people versus cold people see your ad, sort of change so that colder people see your ad, it then becomes harder to sell them your product. And it's not always about your ad. It can be about your landing page, which in your case, landing page is looking really nice. I know we spent a lot of time making this landing page look good and you've done a great job. It can also be about your pop-up. It can be about your offer. It can be about your emails. All those three things not being optimized, in addition to it also being about your ads. So one of the things that I'm struggling with to be upfront with you guys, that I'm struggling with my snoring store, is my emails are just not up to scratch. How do I know? Well, if we go into my Omnisend, hopefully we look in my account here, not one of my clients. Yep, no store, cool. If we go into automation, and I'll show you a night and day difference. Look in my welcome series here. We got a terrible open rate of 27%, and it's only had one sale in the past week. Clearly, this is my biggest problem. So we look in here. My first email has a 34% open rate. That's not particularly good. It's okay. I can definitely make this work with 40% open rate. But my click rate is outrageously good at 4%. Anything above a 2% in your click rate is great. Most of my emails on most of my stores, when I send out a campaign, will get about 1.5% click-through rate. So the click-through rate is good. The email content is good. Obviously, my subject line could definitely do with some sprucing up to try and get that click rate up. That open rate. I'd love to see this above 40%, but this isn't my problem. 34% I can work with. The problem that I have is down here, it's dipping. My second email has only got 31%. My third email, 25%. My fourth email, 24%, and it's going worse and worse and worse. So I'm going to have to implement some cheeky ideas to get these emails open, because I'm not even seeing people ordering with this 20% code here. I'm seeing orders where people are ordering with 10%, but I'm not capturing enough spark for them to open these emails. Now, to show you what this can look like in a business that's actually working really well, we'll switch this over to Home Craftology. Now, I'm assuming that you have a good percentage open sign up rate for your pop-up form. And what is a good percentage pop-up rate? Let me have a look here before we look in the welcome series. And you know what? We'll do that. We'll do that in a second because we're looking at the welcome series. So we'll go over here to automation. Now I call mine buy or die. For most of my stores, you can see here the average rate is 37.5%. Now that's the average rate. That's pretty good. Click rate 2.8%. Not bad. Not bad. Now I need to do more work in here. I know where I need to do work. Right now, we got a 48% open rate on the first email. We've got a 4% click rate. Chef's kiss. That is brilliant. If you can get that, you can make money. Second email. That's not an email. Second email, 38% open rate. We're still doing well. My diamond painting story with an extra 20% off. People are loving that one. People are opening it and people are clicking it. People aren't buying this week, but I can probably fix that by adding more products here for them to look at. Probably. I'll have a look at that some other time. This one's got a 30% open rate. This is on the chopping board right now. So this is my next problem that I might try and tackle with Homecraftology is to get more opens and to get more clicks. Now, how would I do that? I'd probably use Claude, and I'd say to Claude, I'd give Claude all the data and say, here are all my subject lines. This particular email isn't getting a big enough click-through rate. Help me brainstorm some subject line ideas that can help me get more opens. And it's usually, don't trust it to tell you what to do. Never use AI to make a decision for you. It is the worst, but definitely use AI to... Oh, that's something you need to change. Definitely use AI to help you brainstorm. That's what AI does well. I just noticed this setting down here, guys. Pass non-opted contacts to the next... Oh, that's fine for emails. If I don't have that set up here, which I do, that's fine. Good. That's not a problem. You can see here 33%, 34%. So I'm utilizing some special techniques that I've got along the way to get my open rates up, and I'm using subject lines. Like for example, you're missing out with pics inside. I'm using them sporadically and strategically, where in the past my open rates have dipped. If you have an email and you get a really good open rate, then the next day's email is going to also have a slightly elevated open rate, and it will decline. So it starts off strong and it starts to decline. And what you've got to do is look in your welcome series at where the declinations are happening. And like, for example, most of these are pretty good. Even my final email at 38% open rate, incredible. So my biggest problem then is my 32% open rate here and my 30% open rate here. So all I need to do is go and recraft an angle or a motive to get someone to open this and recraft the email. Now, I do have a really good email tool that I've been using, guys. It's called Migma. Now, I don't have an affiliate code for these guys, but I can show you the kind of emails that we've been making. They've been pretty amazing. So Migma is an AI tool that you talk to, of course, because it's AI. It generates beautiful emails for you based on email templates that it has in its system. You combine this with like using, say, ChatGPT to go and make a header email and whatnot. It makes beautiful emails. But basically, once you've got your email, you can click on here and you can copy the HTML. You can go into your email in Omnisend and you can just paste that into a HTML object inside your email and come up with beautiful emails. So I'm kind of going through a process now where I'm starting to replace all the emails in my flows with new Migma emails. Migma's not even expensive. I think I'm paying like $99 a month to handle 5 brands at the moment. Do I have any Omnisend tutorials on my YouTube? I have them all. Like all of these live streams are all on YouTube. If I had more time in the week, in fact, I'm probably going to commit to start doing YouTube tutorials. I can commit to that. I found new AI software that can actually edit my videos for me. That's my biggest problem, is the editing. I'm not a good editor. It takes me ages, but there are AI tools that can now help me edit my videos down. So I might start doing that. All right, now, so as I showed you there, Homecraftology doing well. Snoring Store, you can see my biggest problem is my open rates. That is what I'm going to be focusing on for Homecraftology. Look, don't pay any attention to my conversion rate. My conversion rate is actually about 2-3%. I'm getting absolutely slammed by bot traffic. So this is not a true conversion rate. For my pop-ups, I'm using a tool called Alia. I'm actually scheduled to have a chat with their head of marketing this week. They wanted to talk to me because so many of you have jumped on Alia. They want to have a chat with me about this and how they can help us better. So Alia, I currently have an A/B test running. You should always have an A/B test running on Alia. To look at these test results, my open rate is at 18% on my winning one here. And you might be thinking, hey, Chris, clearly that one's a loser over there at 15%. I don't agree, because this one's making more money. So it may have a slightly less open rate at the moment, but it's making more money. Now, I'm willing to let this run. I've never in my life seen a pop-up have a 20% conversion rate. And I'm actually thinking, as more people start to watch this, these will probably even out, because that's usually what happens when you test things. But leave your tests running. How long do I run them for? The longer you run your tests, the more chance you have of your test being true. Now, you can see here that I've sent 600 clicks, 300 views to each one of these. And there's a clear winner, but it's not what I was expecting. And this one here has a better commitment rate of people buying from me. I don't think that this is true yet. I think this one just got lucky. So I want to wait a little while longer, and I'm going to get this probably to 500 each. And that's what I would recommend to everybody. 500 views is industry standard minimum time for you to actually make a decision. Minimum time. So testing is expensive and it takes a while, but it's the only way to get true steps up in the conversions. Like when I say steps up, like it's like true positive steps towards a higher conversion rate. You have 11.8 for the last 7 days. Given your startability 2, it's great. Oh, just shield, that's great. That's fantastic. For my Snoring Store, I couldn't get it past 4%, and I put Alia on, and I've got it to 12% right now. I'm over the moon. But then we find other problems that we got to solve, right? You solve your problem of getting your people to sign up for your emails. Fantastic. Now I've got to solve my emails getting opened and read and clicked on. But it's cool to have the next problem to solve. That's amazing that you got to 12%. That's incredible. Well done. I'm so happy for you. All right. So I'm going to check out the ads for Pure Nest. We know that we probably need to work on a whole bunch of other stuff, but we're going to check the ads. My guess is, unless I'm mistaken, you guys know I'm always upfront when I make a mistake. My guess is we're not going to have an ad problem here. All right, $100 purchases on retention. Oh, okay. So retention's kind of working. You've spent a lot of money here, $326. Retention, you may want to actually bring this budget down. These are targeting people who have already purchased from you. Unless you've got upsells and other products, it may not be as lucrative for you as it is for me on Homecraftology. Your definition looks correct. People who've purchased. Yep, you're not using it as a suggestion, so that all looks good. With your packs, what are you doing? What are we doing here? Where have we spent most of the money, actually? Most of the money has been spent on C12. Now, this particular product, It could be good for retention because if you buy one of these, you may want to buy one for a friend. Now, I think, considering you've spent money on this one and we've had a few sales, I really think you should try some different offers here other than Lucky 15. Try some different headlines on the retention too. I find retention has to be very, very different from retargeting. It's like they're already your customers. So you can thank them. Say, thank you for purchasing from us. Thank you for being an awesome customer. Thank them in the headline. Thank them in the text. Give them a significant discount. So you could give them 20% off. You could give them 25% off. They're already customers of yours. You may as well sell them again. And you can also be cheeky. You could give them 25% off and then buy two. You could give them 30% off if they buy two. So there's more chance there of you making a profit. But definitely experiment there with different offers for your retention. And you may want to reduce the price down to $10 a day. Your click-through rates are fantastic, except for C44, which is a $7 cost per click. I wouldn't kill it though. It's already had one sale. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just want to change the offer up on them. Now, for retargeting, $296 per purchase. So that's the biggest problem we want to solve. I do want to look over the last week or so because I know that we had a lot of changes that we had to make to the audiences last week. So let's just go up the last week. $133 per purchase. The Instagram engagers should really be your best audience here. Website products, I mean, it's working okay, but customize. Let's take a look at your add to carts and your purchases. Oh, I should have been looking at initiate checkout. My bad. Sorry, my bad. I do want purchases. I do actually. So we got one. Yeah, these aren't working at all. Why is your retargeting not working? That's the question. So for website visitors, for carters, I do treat these ones different to engagers. And it is important to note that someone who's engaged with your Instagram may not necessarily be someone who's seen your website or added to cart. So we got to be careful that we don't come across as creepy to these people with something like this. Something stopped you from going toxic last time. Don't let that this time. That's what I call a kind of creepy message where it's like you're assuming that they wanted to buy something from you. For the Instagram engagers, I highly recommend using your same prospecting ad copy. Now, for your add to carts, this is where you would use the something stopped you. And for your website visitors, probably got the same problem here. Yeah, you were looking for a teak reason. So, bit creepy. Yeah. And don't necessarily do that for your retargeting on your website visitors either. You don't know if they were looking. I mean, they were obviously on your website looking, but it's like, hey, nothing. They weren't necessarily. They didn't add to cart. We know that for a fact. If they had have added to cart, they would be in the add to cart audience. So you're coming on a little bit strong. You're giving people stalker vibes. Tone it down a little bit. All right. So I reckon you can fix them. I want you to focus on your reducing the budget from retention, and focus on fixing your retargeting. I had to do the same for Homecraft. I had to really focus on what is the right message for the right person who's hitting these ads at the right time. And I did actually find, funnily enough, some of my ads worked better. Like they worked good in prospecting, they worked good in retention, but they didn't necessarily work good in either of the retargeting. So some ads worked better in one of these than they did in the other of these. So when I do my retargeting, I don't use packs. I don't worry about how many ads I have in retargeting or in retention. I have all of my winners, every single winner in every single one of these ad sets, especially, and also in retargeting, every single winner. It's only in prospecting that we really have to worry about our ad packs. Now, we've had four purchases at $84 a purchase. It's getting good. Cost per click's really good. Click-through is really amazing. If you reduce the budget for retargeting, you may as well reduce it until you're making money. Like if you have an ad account, if you have a campaign that's not making you money, spending more money isn't going to fix that, is it? So reduce that. You need to spend some sort of money to keep the traffic coming in so you can learn how to fix it. But don't go wild. If you need to make that profit back, halve it until it's working. And then you can always double it once it starts working. So your prospecting is kind of looking good at $84. It's not amazing, but for a lot of the brands that I do this on, prospecting breaks even, retargeting makes profit, and retention keeps bringing that profit in. These click-throughs are incredible. 6%, 5%, 3%. Dude, you do not have an ad problem. Here I am on my snoring store, struggling to get 1.5% click-throughs because my product is not a high-demand product. You'd think it would be because people like they don't want to snore, but no, I get a 1.5% click-through rate at best, maybe even a 2% sometimes. You get like a 5 to 7%. Your product is in demand. Now your ad here, still cooking with plastic utensils. I don't think you got the best primary text. Reason is, if you look here, the first 3 lines, when plastic is exposed to heat, it breaks down and releases, still cooking with plastic utensils. I haven't seen the problem in the first 3 lines of text here. Your video is good, but and this isn't going to solve all your problems, but it's something small that you can do to just optimize how your ads are being delivered. I don't love doing post IDs anymore. Because when you do a post ID, you don't get to edit the description down the bottom here. And I love editing the descriptions because more than ever, it's more important than ever to have a good description. Because on Instagram and on Facebook takes your components, your text, your description, and your headline, and it randomly puts it in different places depending on who the customer is that it's showing your ad. So sometimes your description gets shown instead of your headline, or the description gets shown up here. On Instagram, you see it looks very different. So it's a good option to not use the post ID, so that you can have more options shown on your ads. See here, still cooking with plastic is the first line that people see. Imagine if the first line was plastic utensils are toxic, or these utensils are toxic. That's much more hard-hitting and much more likely to get someone who maybe has the sound turned off to actually watch your entire video. All right, leave these on. Max, I'm going to assume that your sign-up rate on your emails is low or lower than it could be. I'm going to assume that your open rates are not above 40% or even close to 35%. And I'm going to assume that your click rates on your emails are not above 2%. Would those assumptions be correct? Oh, and also, I did make a mistake. You did have an ad problem with your retargeting. Just a bit creepy. But your prospecting doesn't have an ad problem. There's just a couple of things that could probably just be a little bit, polished. But I don't think those polished things are going to necessarily have a huge impact. But you never know; they can help. 14% on Alia, not bad, not bad. Keep A/B testing. That's pretty good, actually. That's more than I was expecting. Keep A/B testing to see if you can get that up to 17, 18%. Because I've seen this 20% opt-in rate on Alia, and I am dying to get that. 14% is pretty darn good, though. Welcome series, 29% open rate. Yeah, that's the problem. So sometimes that can come down to a couple of things, like a couple of ideas that I have that I haven't tested yet, right? For the welcome series, teaching Google to get your emails delivered. And sorry for everyone else who's waiting for their questions to be answered, but I know that a lot of you will learn from some of this stuff. If you're finding that your first email has a low open rate, there is something I've been toying with. I don't really want to do it for Homecraft because it could mess things up, but I may have to for some of my other stores where my open rates are low. And that is in Alia, instead of giving them the code on the last step, you say, hey, we've got a 20% discount code or a 10% discount code, whatever it is for you. We've got a discount code for you. It's in your email right now. So go there now and find it so that you can use it. Now, the idea of that is when they go and open the email and get the code, Google sees or Apple sees as well that it gets opened, and therefore your deliverability will go up over time because that goes straight into the inbox for future people. So that can have an impact if your open rates are low. However, I don't love it because it kind of breaks the flow of the conversion. But the people at Alia have told me that they've seen customers who've done this, and it's sort of 3x'd their conversion rates through email. Super online, super offline. Hi, bro. CPMs are high this week. Are they? Let me check. Let me check my CPMs. Me checking my CPMs doesn't necessarily tell me or you that your CPMs are high. If you're feeling them being high, they may just be high. But let me have a look. Homecraftology. Okay, if I look at my weekly CPM from Sunday until today, we are looking at... Here's my CPM. Where are you? Here's how important I think it is. I don't even look at it. CPM, about between $24 and $46. Between $24 and $46 right now. Now, if I look at the previous week, same days, so 46 and 24, 36 and 41. I mean, not really. They're not really high. They're kind of the same, honestly. Maybe $5 higher on the prospecting, but my retention is actually higher last week. It could be that you're in a niche where the CPMs are high this week. Max, your retargeting and retention campaigns have quite a high frequency. Is that worth considering? Not really. They should have a high frequency. To show you mine, so we have... So this is what mine look like, by the way. And yours won't look as bad as this, I would think. But my cost per purchase on prospecting is very, very, very high. I wouldn't expect that for everybody. It's just that my retargeting is starting to work really nicely, actually. And I've been doing this 8 years. I'm running out of people to show my product to, probably. After 8 years, my retention is where I make the money. You asked me about frequency. So this is my frequency settings. Honestly, I could probably spend more money on retention. I think a frequency of 4 on retention will not be too bad. Retargeting for me, I wouldn't put my budget up. I wouldn't put it up. And the same for my prospecting right now. Unless I can figure out a way to bring this down to $50, I'll keep my prospecting where it is. So I'm not really scaling Homecraftology. We're just sort of sitting on autopilot, which is fine. I'd love to scale it. It's just I don't think there's a whoppingly huge demand for my crafting kits like there was when we were in COVID, which was a completely different story. We were doing $15,000, $20,000 days when COVID was happening. That was crazy. Anyway, your frequencies. Oh, 13% for retention. Yeah, bring this down to $5 a day. 5% retargeting. Yeah, bring this down to $30 a day. Yeah, that's a bit high, a bit too high. which means you're spending way too much money on retention. You don't really have that many customers who've purchased from you. So yeah, bring that right down. For my snoring store, my retention is on $5 a day. All right, next. Who's next? Where are you guys? Okay, Renee. Please look at my pause and let me know what I think. Before the 17th, you were feeling really positive. You've added some more ad sets to test, and it's not been great since. You feel like you've been getting close and stuffing it up. Yeah, I know that feeling. That's why I never touch Homecraft. If I do, I touch it very sparingly. I haven't touched my ads for a couple of weeks now. For my other stores, I definitely do get the feeling like I go in there, I mess with something and things get worse. $48 a purchase for your ABO. We need to get to 42. The click-through rate, it's okay. I'd love to get this to 1.5%. And you can see the big problem that you're really having here is your cost per click is up. Why is your cost per click up? Your CPMs are $10 higher than previously. That certainly doesn't help. Let's have a look at the individual ads. So benefits here are giving you $20 purchases. And it's mostly spending your money on calm, gentle, and precise. Founder ads aren't really working very well, so I'd maybe consider turning them off. But let's before we do that, cost per clicks and your CTRs are really good for your founder ads. Look at the CTR there. Founder video is great. Let's have a look at your checkouts. Carts, checkouts. $102 carts, 82 checkouts for 52 purchases, not bad. 14 checkouts for 11 purchases, not bad. 4 checkouts for 3 purchases. Hey, you're... Before you added more ad sets on the 17th, it was going so well. Yeah, well, I mean, that can happen because whenever you test anything, whether it's A/B testing or whether it's Facebook testing, you're throwing more things at it. And those things that you're throwing at it may perform better or worse. If they perform worse, then the things that performed better before aren't getting your ad spent. But we don't ever get to know if we're going to be performing better or worse until we actually test. Now, your founder videos have 68 checkouts for 35 purchases. So this one here, oh God, they're pretty good. It's interesting though. Calm, gentle, and precise. 82 checkouts for 52 purchases. That's less than 50%. Founder videos, 68 purchases for 35 purchases, which is 50%. So it's like your calm, gentle performs better. I think what you may have to do here is consider turning off these top of funnel ad sets that aren't bringing you the cost per results that you need. And then using these winning ads in retargeting, Renee. I think that will really help you. Not all ads work in all places, right? Some ads are going to be really good performing ads top of funnel, like your benefits and variations. $40, $38, great. Calm and safe, great. Benefits, great. Founder ads, these are probably going to be fantastic retargeting ads. So turn them off because they're good, and they're done okay, but they're not profitable here. Turn them off and go start retargeting. Can I look before the 17th? Yeah, I mean, you found a video at $40 there. I just think you can actually get a better performance in this if you do the things that I just said, because there's some winning ad sets there. I think you've actually found a good combination. It's just you've got things on there that aren't working, that's all. Yeah, that's pretty good. But your founder ads were never really that profitable because they're above the break-even mark. Move them to retargeting. It's time for retargeting. This ABO works well for a little while. So if you made this change tonight and check back next week, yeah, but I want you to go back and have a watch of, I'll see if I can find you the video of how to set up your targeting. Give me a second. Where's my history? History? Oops. I may not be out. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. This is a video that will show you how to set up all of your audiences to use proper audience-based structures. I highly recommend it. Let me pop this in my YouTube over here as well. Highly recommend that video. It's great. It's great. You got it saved? Run through it. Set up your audiences. Don't change this campaign. This is already a top of funnel campaign. You can go through if you want to, and you're going to have to eventually. And I don't want you to do it this week, but you have to go through and take all of the people who you want to not target. So you want to add all of your exclusions into all of these ad sets in your top of funnel. But if you do that, you're going to mess with things. So don't do that this week. Just go set up your retargeting as a start and see if the retargeting helps with your founder ads. With retention, really, really small budget. All right, where were we? Miguel, can I please review your ads? Aussie Outlet. Your ads are based off your competitor. Oh, let me check these out. Reduce eye strain and headaches. Okay, that's better. That's way better. This is bad. This is clunky. Oh, that's awful. I can barely see the Duvalaki to move the thing, and look, it's really, really wonky. I think this bit needs to be redone. The rest of your website looks clean, and now you actually have a really good angle, which is reduce eye strain and headaches, just like the competitor. Now let's go have a look at your ads. So you say Aussie Outlet. Okay, testing glasses, last 30 days. $200 spent, $50 CPM. Cost per click is expensive, but the CTR is not awful. No add to carts, and oops, I got check-ins. That should be checkouts. Doesn't matter because there's no add to carts. This is not working. This isn't even close to working. What the? That's a terrible ad, man. You visited, you didn't pull the trigger. This is the top of funnel ad. What are you thinking? That's awful. You're creeping me out. I didn't even look at your product website yet. How much do I make per month on this? How much do I personally make? About $100,000. But I don't really like to go telling everybody how much I make. If you work on the screen, I mean, that's not bad there. 2% click through. I mean, that one's got a little bit of promise. So UGC 6, little bit of promise there. That's a terrible ad, though. I mean, people are like looking at this, looking at her, and then they're like, "What is this thing? I better check it out." This has no problem or solution until like 6 seconds in. It's terrible. It's terrible. And maybe you're working for the competitor. God knows why, but this isn't working for you. I really don't like this idea. Show me the competitor. June 10th. A horror. Fluorescent lights have been making people sick for years. No one talks about it. The headaches, the dizziness. Okay, that's a specific problem. Fluorescent lights, yeah. So she's talking about fluorescent lights. You're talking about aura farming. Like, what are you thinking? How do you give Chris access to your ad account? You invite me. I'll send you my email address. You got to go into your business manager, and you got to go and invite me to your business manager as an admin. You can remove me anytime you want. Most people just leave me in there, but feel free to remove me whenever you want. Fluorescent lights have been making people sick for years. Blue light glasses for hot girls who get migraines from staring at the computers all day. That's obviously targeted towards... I don't know, actually. I don't know. Hear me out. I can be the only one who thinks weirdly attractive when a guy wears this. What? Weirdly attractive, my ass. It's not weirdly attractive at all. Maybe I'm just old. All right, let's have a look at this. Let's check this out. Let's look at your actual audience. Age is spending most of your money on everybody. But it's the 65 plus who are clicking on your ad the most, and your whole entire brand is branded towards young people. $44 and $37. Let's get rid of this. Sorry, I'm just thinking deeply, guys. Oh, your prices are very different. $89 each, and you get buy one get one for $44. $89 each, buy one get one for $84. Dude, is there a problem with the pricing here? I feel like your offer is wrong. You got to buy one get one, and you... Wait a minute. Because they're pricing per unit. Your pricing is a bit confusing. Because you're telling me this price, and it's not. It doesn't feel like 50% off. So I'd like you to go change... Oh, Valiant, you're 18 years old. You've been involved in small business in the past. You want to start making 10K per month to change in your family's life. Would you say this is the dropshipping, man? I do this full time. I'm obsessed with e-commerce and dropshipping. It's not even dropshipping that I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with e-commerce. I work with many, many clients, and I teach all these students here at the Freedom Club. Yes, this is the business to go to. Not only is it incredibly lucrative, but it's satisfying and fun, and you can use your creativity to build these awesome brands. And it's one big problem that you got to solve. I would go into your bundle app and change this to go per unit so that it looks like a better deal. That's one thing I would do. Now, the other thing, when you look at their website, they've actually got these priced at $160 with a 45% discount. Now, that's what we teach you in the Freedom Club, isn't it? We teach you to do a 50% discount off the going rate. you've got no discount here, but you've got a buy one, get one free badge, and then the deal down here. So it's not really set up in the same way that we recommend you to set up. I'd like you to charge $160 down to $84.99 or something around there. Get it to 50% off. And then you have your buy one, get one free deal where this shows you per unit how much you pay. Now, we're not getting any add to carts. None, right? Is it still possible if I would only be able to invest $500? It's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. Depends how quick you are, because you can start a free Shopify subscription and think it's $1 for the first month. And if you can launch your store within the first month, you're still going to need to go and probably have some subscriptions to some kind of AI tool to help you get your images and your ads ready. Considering starting an AI agency where you don't need to invest anything but time, yeah, you need to find clients. To find clients, you're going to need money. That's the thing. For £500, I would say, no offense, buddy, no offense at all. I've been there myself. I started with very little and worked my way up, and I did things as cheaply as possible when I first got started. I kept my day job. I only actually quit my day job 5 years ago. So I've been doing this 8 years. Quit my day job 5 years ago. So I did this for 3 years while working, and that's what I would recommend. Don't think about it as you've only got £500. Think about it that you can only invest 30% of your wage, because I can tell you your first try at this, your first store, it's not going to go well. It's going to take you a little bit of time to learn these skills. These are skills, and skills take time. And not only do they take time, skills take doing them to learn how to do them better. You need to fail before you can succeed. And if you're not going to invest into like a course like what we sell, then you're going to need to allow yourself the time to learn by making mistakes. I did too. It was my third store where I started to actually make some real money. I made money on my first store, not much, a little bit. Made money on my second store, and then I lost it all very, very stupidly. And it was my third store where things started to come together, and I learned how to create a customer-first brand. All right, so back to this. Their ads are way better, way better. Their pricing is a bit better. Now let's just go down the page. Their first image here: prevent eye strain, avoid headaches, deeper sleep. You're going to be going to university, though you can probably still invest $1,000. Yeah, fair enough. Reduce eye strain and headaches. Holistic blue light protection requires more than just standard LEDs. Let me just bring this down into mobile view. Let's just have a look. What does this look like on mobile? What does theirs look like? Okay, and what does yours look like again? So one of the things you don't have is you don't have arrows on your images, and I can't scroll through them on mobile quite easily. We've got, do you work on screens all day? Dodge the migraines and dry eyes. Okay, that's not too bad. And then you've got this really crappy thing down here where I got to use this scroll bar to scroll. I can't use my mouse to scroll. I don't know if that's going to be touchscreen friendly. So there's some usability issues here. In fact, let me just look at this in developer view. Bear with me, guys. Oh, I can't do it. That's not your problem. My browser is shit. For some reason, my browser started doing that. It's really annoying. Okay, we'll bring this down here. And we'll compare this to theirs. Brand name, picture. You see how they take up much less space too? That's pretty good too, because you see the name, unisex red lens blue light glasses. In fact, let me just bring these side by side. And I'll stop sharing my screen so I can share both of these. red light clip-ons. Ah, cool. Thanks, Yashil. I'll share the entire screen for the moment so we can compare these like for like. Oops. Give me a second here. Let me get all my other crap out of the way. Oops. None of that. You here. Okay. There we go. Red light glasses. When in doubt, do a side by side. What are they doing differently? Okay, well, they've got a better offer up here. You got winter sale. What does that mean? Nothing. Means nothing. You got your brand name here. Cool. You got bad user interface here. Now, easy eyes, unisex red lens, blue light glasses. Flow state, unisex red lens, blue light glasses. Fine. We got your reviews, looks fine. Man, you really copied off them, didn't you? It's not very original, but okay, fair enough. We got your pricing here. No before price, that's a problem. No more burning eyes, headache-free days, blocks 9% of blue light. One size fits most. Ah, look at that one there. One size fits most. That's you could. I'd probably say one size fits all personally, but you're not really telling me who can buy these. Is this going to fit on my face? Buy one get one free with I think the pricing looking a lot better. They've also got a carry case they're giving away for free, so they've got more of an offer there. You're getting free shipping. Obviously, that's not working very well. You may need to actually go and try and find a case. Now, you may need to use a fulfillment agency like T-Fulfill, where they can go find a case that costs like $1, and you can add that to your offering there. Oh, it's got an order. Fantastic. Now, your add to cart button, I like it. It's pretty cool. They got their 30-day guarantee, fast shipping, low inventory. I don't know why their low inventory is green. That's pointless and takes up space. You got very similar review there. On screen most of the day, yada, yada, yada. Overview. Their overview has more details in it. You have them too, but the formatting's terrible. 30 days, risk-free guarantee, free shipping. And then we've got this stuff here. Screens ruin your eyes, head, and sleep. Look, this is pretty awful. I know you're just copying off them, but for one, you can't take these videos off someone's website. They will stop you. They will, if they find you, they will contact Shopify, and Shopify will take down this entire page. This is not what we teach you in the Freedom Club. Yes, we do tell you how to put cool videos on your website, but we don't tell you to copy off someone else's. And this isn't problem, paragraph, proof being the image. This is just crappy viral videos with a crappy system here that's really, really clunky versus their beautiful smooth one, which is very much like theirs. Sleep like a baby, reduce eye strain, stop headaches. And you got another get my pair. Does this take us to the top? It does. Man, there is so much going on with your website that is hard to pinpoint the problem because it's so complicated. When you keep adding more and more and more and more stuff, that's more and more and more chances for you to screw it all up and make someone not want to buy from you. I highly recommend, if you want to continue trying to sell this product, strip this back. Strip this way back and have a look at the way we set out our websites in the Freedom Club. We set them out simply. We have GIFs. We have we have headlines, paragraph, GIF. Headline, paragraph, GIF. Headline, paragraph, GIF. Reviews, FAQ, guarantee, job done. Strip it all back and see if we can get your actual problem solution, because throwing cool images at me doesn't make me really want to buy the product to solve my solution or solve my problem. the problem that I'm having, it's hardly mentioned at all here. So yes, strip this back and try again. And sorry for being so harsh on your page here. It's just, it's really not working. And I would give this one last test, and only one last test before trying something else. Personally, I don't think it's a great product. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. If this works for you, fantastic. I wish you all the best, and all the best luck in making it work. All right. Okay, Jashil, please review your store. Let me know my thoughts on your bundles. Clearer. 3 times more luggage. Fits. Look how clean this is. Look how clean this looks. Gorgeous. The Day Tripper, save 47%. It's a bit confusing here. You got 58% off here. It's still a bit confusing. The price up there said 169. Why is it 119? Because you got 2 compression bags and 1 air pump. I know what you're trying to do. It's just still confusing. Oh, I know what to do, Jashil. I know what to do. Can you? Yeah. I get that now. I see that now. Can you make the Day Tripper your default? Just what you might find is if this is your default here, and people jump onto this one, it's more likely they're going to stay on because the price is less. It's always better to like soften the blow. Soften the blow. It's only 119 to get started, but you can get more with these ones. So that would probably make it a lot simpler for me to understand. Okay. The carry-on suitcase, skip the checked-in bag for free. The full haul for checked suitcase, bring everything. Yeah, these are much better as long as this one's default. Beautiful. See the difference? Suitcase, suit chaos sorted. No space left in your bag, turn cluttered bag. Yeah. Just chill. If this product is going to sell with this small tweak, then this is definitely going to be the page that sells it. Good work. Good job. Very good job. If it doesn't work, it's not your page. All right, Jess, please review your ad account. Making some money, but you feel stuck. Meta has turned off some of your ads 3 times because of the pharmacy prescription policy issues. Wonderlab. Pharmacy prescription. Okay, so that's interesting. Not a great problem to have, because your product isn't to do with a pharmacy product. It's a container for a pharmacy product. All right. $40 purchases and $35 purchases. It is time for you to set up a proper ad structure for sure. That's the biggest thing. You need to set up your retargeting ads and everything. We need to turn off some of these ones that are bringing you the higher cost per purchase, which you have. It looks like your best one is Freedom Angle. And your delivery error here. Really? That's weird. It says it was deleted. Maybe don't use a post ID. Maybe go and remake the ads that were deleted just as regular ads. So if it turns it off, remake it. remake the ad and see if it stays on. So what I'm saying here, Jess, is we probably want to start the ad structure. It's time for retargeting. It's time for retention. You have very much got a retentionable product, and I want to see the whole structure and how it performs with your ad packs, using the same ad you got but freshly made. And the ones that are working, make more of them. Definitely make more of them. I should probably show you guys one thing. Hey, I don't know if it's going to help you all, but it's getting pretty good. We relaunched your ad set called Traveling Cool. Traveling, yeah, okay. So Traveling Angle V1, $41 purchases. $43 for this one. Yeah, no, Joshua, everything else you got is fine, Joshua, except for just the default one selected, that's all. Everything else is perfect. So, Jess, other than the ad structure, the one thing that you want to now consider is how we make more money per purchase. Are most people buying 2? And if not, can you make this 15% and make this 25% and then make this 30%? Give me more reasons. And I want you to start testing Alia as your pop-up app, because you're doing really well. Increasing your sign-up rate to 15, 16, 17% is only going to make you work better. Good job on everything. It's now time to be focusing on getting your average AOV up. Because you've been running this a while, you might not be able to get your cost per purchase back down, but we can certainly make more money per customer. And you can also, sometimes you get people buying 2. Cool. Let's see if we can get most people buying 2 by giving them an offer that they can't refuse. Now, the other thing you could consider is, can we sell this in other markets like New Zealand and America? Now, I don't want you to change your ads. I'd like you to certainly duplicate those ad sets if you're going to do that, because you don't want to change what's already working, but there might be another big market for you there. Do you need to test more creatives? No, I don't think this is, at this point, no, not creatives. I just want you to do a proper structure so that we can see, because right now, with this structure, right now I have, and you have, no visibility of whether or not these are retargeting or retention ads. And by putting the structure in place, we can then see where the money gets allocated and see what's working and then see what needs to be fixed. You're at the point now where it's time to turn this into a professional account. And I know that then you're the only person I'm going to say this to, but when Meta pops up and says, do you want to speak to a Meta marketing person? For you, I actually would suggest to say yes. Now, don't listen to any of their stupid advice, because they'll tell you some really, really stupid things. Do not do anything that they say, because they'll tell you to do things like run a traffic campaign for retargeting. Like, no, I'm not going to run. They will try and make you do stuff that will make you buy the inventory that they want to sell you because no one else buys it. Instead, the reason why I want you to talk to a meta marketing professional inside Meta when that does pop up is just so that you have someone that you can actually say, hey, this ad here was turned off by Meta, and I want to turn back on because this is not a medical product. This contains no medicine. It's it shouldn't be deleted, and they can help with that. So other than that, it's for you, it's focusing on average order volume, getting that up. I want you to add Alia. I'd like you to focus on your after sale, so your post-purchase sales. If you could get them to add one, like what I do for my snoring store, right? Is where am I doing? Where's my snoring store? Now, I'm still playing with this. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but it's not too bad. Okay, can certainly do a little bit more optimization in this part of it. I need to add more products to this store. I don't have enough to sell people more. But one of the things I'm doing is on the post-purchase upsell, I'm giving them 50% off, adding one more of these to their cart. And you can do the same thing. Why? Are you using T-Fulfill? Because if you're not using T-Fulfill, you should definitely be using T-Fulfill, because you can come up with a deal with them where the manufacturer creates these for you with the logo, and T-Fulfill, they won't charge you per unit. They'll only charge you per shipment, right? So for me, the factory charges me $5.50 per mouthguard, and T-Fulfill charges me $12.50 per shipment. So if someone buys 2 products from me, I make a ton of money. And if someone buys 3, I make even more. So I put this in here. It doesn't matter. I could sell, because this only cost me $5, I could sell this at 70% off and still make a ton of money. But what I'm trying to do here is find the exact right discount to make me the most amount of revenue, so that I can add an extra item to my order and just push that AOV up just a little bit. Because when you push the AOV up just a little bit, all of a sudden you've got more runway to use on your Facebook ads. Now down here as well, I've got my declining offers. They're not really working very well. Like, I need more products. You may need more products too. Maybe you can look at doing, so you've got a insulin cooling products. What are some of the other problems that people with what's it called, diabetes, have that you can sell? If they're taking insulin, what are the other things? Could you have some kind of medicine bag that you can sell them where they put all their needles and stuff? Could you have, do they need a clock or something? What else is going to make their life easier? Sit down with AI and have AI sort of come through and give you a whole bunch of ideas for products that will help diabetics. Oh, you got a few. So you got your diabetics thing. That could definitely be part of the post-purchase upsell. We could definitely be selling all of these things via email too. Get rid of this. This isn't going to help, right? Get rid of that. In fact, get rid of anything here that's not going to help a diabetic, because it's just kind of making it all look bad. Fantastic, Jess. Oh, Josh Hill. Peptides, Ozempic, and Mountain Jarrow users. Yes. Yes, that could be a whole new angle for you. You could make a peptide cooling safe pack. What a great idea. You know where you should go with this, Jess, is maybe even other first aid products. Well, not just when they travel, hey, because gym bros love their peptides, and they probably want to take them to the gym. Yeah, so what I would do, I would duplicate this and just change the duplicated one to the Wonderlab Peptide Cooling Safe Pack. It's brilliant, because you're selling a product that doesn't have peptides to people who take peptides. Yeah, great. All right, there's some really good ideas there, but I want you to focus on your AOV and focus on getting some more products on here that we can put into your upsell cycle. Guys, I've run out of time. So for everybody else, I'm very sorry. So for Natalie, Kelly, Logan, and Rhonda, can we please put those on for Monday? And I'll answer your questions then. You're welcome. And just a reminder, guys, for anybody who wants to talk coaching, if you want that one-on-one coaching with me, it is available. I've got one slot left and only one slot left. I'll give you my WhatsApp link again. This WhatsApp link, you can talk to me about coaching, or you can talk to me about getting a supplier for your products. And if you want to have a chat about a done-for-you build, that's the second link right here. Those are two options available to come and have a chat with me. I look forward to speaking with whoever wants to chat with me about those things. And until then, guys, I'll be back on Monday, and I'll see you all then.